Hey, where are we? What are we doing?
We're in bed.
Our eyes checked. Yes.
Get our eyes numb.
Not if you wear contacts.
Why not? Why?
They just keep the contact in and they do the density check.
Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah. Get our eyes prodded. My favorite part of getting my eyes checked is the tiny piece of candy that my cousin leaves for his patients. Polaroid, I thought they made cameras. I know, might be too small. Yes, here we go. This is the look. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the look right here. These ones make me look like my grandpa.
They don't fit your
think
face
that'll be the
perfect,
sunglasses?
but I mean, they are plastic free.
I just posted this because I think it's very accurate. Go.
How was it?
It was quite fun, actually.
Where are you going?
Hair. Oh God. I think I might have ripped out some strand.
All right, this is about 6 months late. You've probably seen tons of these kinds of videos. I was just waiting for B&H or somebody to have them on sale, and I just got a really good deal on it. I was just waiting, really. But this is my MacBook. It's been my MacBook since 2014. I don't know how I've kept it in such good condition for so long. I've cut so many videos on it. Basically every single video on my channel since like March, February 2014 has been edited on this computer. Stuff in 4K, a few things in higher resolutions than that, all been edited on that machine. Cut through it like a pro. and it's starting to feel a little slow, and the battery is going out. If I click on the battery icon, it says replace soon. So now it's time for my next computer. All right. So this just came in from B&H, and I know you can watch all the videos about how fast this computer is and all that cool stuff. I know it's a MacBook. I know it's gonna work. I cut most of my videos in Final Cut, so I know it's gonna be fine. So I didn't go crazy. I went with the computer that's normal, $2,399, and I got it for, you know, $330 off, plus got like a $70 hard drive just included, just thrown in. So it's a great deal. Thank you, B&H. This is not a sponsored video. I paid for this with my own money, and I'm very excited. Also, my buddy has an external GPU with a Vega 20 in it, I believe. And he said I could borrow it. I'm very excited to try that out and see how much of a performance difference we really see in the external GPU performance. That's really exciting. Boom, new box design. You pull a little. No, it doesn't make as much movement as the iPad did. The iPad, you like pull it and the whole thing like comes out. So that's nice. Here it is. If you've purchased a MacBook in the last 2 years, how long has the Touch Bar been around? A little while. I think the Touch Bar is pretty cool, especially in Final Cut. You pop your video in full screen and you can scrub around. I think that's very nice. I need my pen, unless I'm missing a tab. Yep, nope. I just gotta just pop that. I think. Yeah, is there a tab that I missed? No, that was just on the iPad. Had a little fancy tab. I have been using with my former MacBook Pro the Duet app on my iPad, and that's really cool because it gives you a second screen. I could put my viewer over there, and it also would give me Touch Bar stuff. I really liked that. That was a very nice touch, and I got to experience the Touch Bar without having to buy a new computer. That was pretty fun. I don't pay for the Duet Pro that gives me Apple Pencil support. I think that's really nice, but man, I don't like subscriptions. I wish I could just buy a lifetime license. Yeah. Here's the computer, the traditional Apple let it slide out the bottom. Just to like the anticipation of it. It's really nice. Got the computer. I'll take a look at that in a sec. Got the USB-C cable and the power brick. Very nice, very nice. Very happy to have more USB-C things in my life, just to kind of keep things consistent. Now I can carry just one thing around and charge a good chunk of my devices. I did purchase when I got the iPad Pro. I got a little adapter from Quack. The Quack gives me USB-A, 3.0, HDMI, Ethernet, pass-through USB-C for charging, and full-size and micro SD cards. I think the only thing I need for the iPad Pro, I need the headphone one. I'm looking at another adapter that does give me headphone out. That'll be really nice. I hope it's got a DAC, a DAC, digital audio converter, I think is what DAC stands for. Let me know what DAC stands for the iPad. So hashtag dongle life. Gotta live with it. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I was already dongling it up, plugging in a lot of my USB-A 3.1 devices into this. So now it's gonna look like this, I guess. For all of my USB-A hard drives and accessories. I believe that this drive that just came with the MacBook does have USB-C, so I can plug that right in. That's exciting. Back to the MacBook box, we got basic, like these things keep getting smaller and smaller, but hopefully that just means Apple's keeping it simple in the computer. There's, like all you need to get going. So that's pretty sweet. Some stickers. It's still white on the MacBook. I believe if you get the Mac Mini gives you stickers in the color of your computer if you got space gray or silver. So just the white ones. So let's boot this thing up and get it going. Let me show you some of my favorite Mac setups. At this point, Mac OS Mojave is out, but this computer doesn't have it. I have it downloading right now. It's loading. But what I wanted to show you is a couple of things that I like to do when I set up a brand new Mac, some of my favorite preferences. So I've just opened up system preferences and go down the line here. I like a dark menu bar. Blue is fine. Some people change, the color of things. That's totally cool. Change your highlight color, have fun. But the defaults are fine with me. I'll live with them. Some people like different web browsers. Immediately install whatever you like. Safari works great for me. I don't install Flash. I will install Chrome, but I won't make it my default. I like handoff between my Mac and my iPad and my iPhone. Works real great. Gonna leave that on. Ask to keep changes when closing documents is really nice. If you, a lot of the Apple apps save as they go, and if you close it, it just saves it, which is great. I use that all the time in Final Cut, but it's just still like work stuff like in Pages, Keynote, Numbers. It is nice to get that confirmation like, hey, you're closing this. You didn't manually save this. Would you really like to make sure that you want this stuff saved? So it's a little old school. I like it. I don't ever use a screensaver, so I'm gonna go in here and just say never. I'll go find a nice picture of my own to put for the desktop as well. I do like to hide the dock, so I'm going to automatically hide and show the dock. I do like a little magnification. That's just fun. It's funny, but it's silly, but I like it. Mission control, I kind of keep this all on standard stuff. RIP dashboard, it is off by default. Anybody remember widgets? Widgets were fun. That was great stuff. And for notifications, there's a lot of notifications I like to turn off. I don't really ever use like an automated do not disturb mode, which can be super cool, but I don't really do that. For my calendar events, I just need those as banners. I don't need them on the lock screen. I don't need my app icon badged, and I don't really need sounds. I don't need to make a sound. I just need to see it. Because I do a lot of video and photo stuff, I'm probably not going to do True Tone or Adjust Brightness. True Tone's kind of fun. I'm going to leave it on for now, and then I'll turn it off once I start editing. I actually, on my old MacBook, I used to scale the size, but since these MacBooks came out, the normal size is the size that I used to set my old MacBook at. So that's nice. I don't need to scale it. I also heard that hurt graphics performance, but it was worth the graphics performance had to have extra real estate to me, and I'm glad that this is now that size. I think Apple's calibration is pretty good. I'm making videos and photos that people are looking at on their phones and tablets and other computers. Screens are all over the place. I'll calibrate once I really start doing prints, but I'm not making prints. My stuff's not getting played in a theater yet, so I'm not really worried about color calibration right now. Same thing as True Tone and Night Shift. I'm not doing those because I am typically editing late at night. All right, Energy Saver. These I'm gonna keep standard for now. I'm gonna see how I like it. I'll probably bump these around a little bit when needed. And when I'm on battery, yeah, I don't need power nap on battery. I just turned off like a majority of the notifications anyway, as I don't need to go hunting for the different notifications. Keyboard's cool. I have a lot of text shortcuts, and thankfully they sync with iCloud. Just like fun little stuff. My tip I learned from somebody: make 2 @ signs in a row a shortcut for your email. Make 2 pound signs or hashtags a shortcut for your phone number. So if you're typing that stuff in on a website real quick, just @ boom, there's your email. I should have just made this video that, and that would probably be enough of a tip. I do use dictation quite a bit. I don't need an enhanced dictation, just the regular one. It's quite nice just to talk at my computer and let it type for me. That's great. Let's see here, trackpad. I do change up. I'm not a tap to click person. I like a little click, and my girlfriend's probably going to be really happy that this trackpad is much quieter than my previous clacky trackpad. Listen to this. Listen to versus much quieter. Very nice. So force click, very nice. I've used a few computers with force click before. That's nice. I'm a natural scroller. I'm a push the page up, not scroll down kind of person. All these other ones, zooming, I like that. But I do like to turn on app expose. If you're not familiar with that swipes down with 3 fingers, and if I had a bunch of windows of the same app open, it does the mission control, but just of that particular app. I believe the keyboard command of Command F3, although I don't have F keys anymore because I have the touch bar. Command F3 is a similar keyboard command for that, but app expose, super handy. I don't know why that is off by default, but big fan of that trackpad command. Let's see, everything else is pretty standard. I'll sign in my internet accounts. I'll probably map out a few fingers for Touch ID. And I did turn on Siri during the boot up process. That's pretty nice. So that's my settings for the whole computer. I also like to go in and tweak the Finder a little bit. So I'm going to open up Finder preferences, and I like to just jump in, just show me the whole computer. Just when I launch the Finder, let me see my hard drives and everything. I'm kind of back and forth about showing the computer hard drive on the desktop. Sometimes I want it on, sometimes I want it off. My mood changes. But I do connect to some servers at work sometimes, so I'll turn on servers. Sidebar, I just don't use recents. Maybe I'll leave it on, but now I don't drop right into it. It's a little messy. I'm gonna pull in my movies, music, pictures, and my home. There, drop that back in, and my computer. Yeah, that looks nice. I'm not a big tagger. I don't put a lot of tags. I use tags, keyword collections in Final Cut all the time, but I don't really use them in the Finder. I think Apple, with recents, was hoping the tags would really take off. For me, it hasn't. For you, it may have, that which could be great. Not a big show all the file name extensions. I know there are reasons why it's great to do that, but not big on that. Keep folders on top when sorted by name. That one's handy. I don't always leave that one on, but I'm going to turn it on for now. I also like to turn on the view of the status bar. So down at the bottom, if I'm inside a hard drive, it gives me a quick overview of like how much hard drive space or in this SSD space is on that drive. Like that. I'm a big column view person. I like the column view. And I'm going to just kind of resort this, put that one back at the bottom. Yeah, that's kind of how I like the Finder. Make it maybe just a little bit bigger so I can see all that stuff. Nice. And I'm really excited to load up Mojave on here and put dark mode on and get that Finder looking nice and dark. And I'm just, I'll probably tidy up the stock, take out all the apps that I don't use daily. I would like to go over a couple of preferences in Safari that I think are important. They're important to me. I like to turn off automatically open safe documents after downloading. I don't know. I'm just worried. I just like to manually open that stuff up myself. So that's me. I like to do that. I typically don't autofill this stuff. just, I like to do it myself. I try not to save as much in the computers. And I know that the keychain is secure and my iCloud syncing should be fairly secure, but I just like typing that stuff in myself. I also like to turn on develop bar. I'm not a developer, but there's just some really cool shortcuts in here, which is really handy. I like to view my my favorites bar at the top. So those are my preferences that I like and I turn on a brand new Mac. In the system preferences, preferences for Finder, preferences for Safari. I need to download Final Cut. Maybe I'll do a how I set up Final Cut video later for my editing. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in. Okay, I've rambled on long enough. I'm gonna go play with my new toy. All right, see you later.